I am always living in observation mode and studying human behavior and psychology on the field. I made an interesting observance recently. I have noticed a very tired life force, and part of that is from working hard, working physically hard, and but what I have observed is how that correlates to the mind. The body only follows what the mind believes, and I'm not talking about the surface beliefs, but the subconscious beliefs. And I was observing this person, and they were making reference to the Lord. Whatever the Lord puts in front of them for the day, is what it's going to be. And I got to thinking about that. The person that was saying it has a very tired, exhausted soul within them. It's lacking the spark. It's lacking the spark of life. And as I am contemplating this reliance on the Lord, the receiving of the energies from the Lord, I sensed a disconnect. I sensed a disconnect of soul as it was waiting for its next order, if you will, its next decision, its next ordained will. And the response of the soul was very tired. It felt like the soul was very exhausted. And this is interesting because it has me wondering why that is, and I see it in a lot of people. And I remember me being like that, always living from that depressed demeanor, the depressed state, subdued state. I made a post about that here a few days ago. I'm still on that subject because most religious and Christian people live in a subdued, depressed state because they are depending for their life force to be given by another source. They are disconnected from the life source, and that's why the soul expresses with such tiredness, with such lack of spark. I noticed that when I gave up the duality of me being in interdependence on God, when I gave that up and obtained an awareness that I am God and that I am Source God manifested in a human body, it eliminated the disconnection, the invisible disconnection of energies. My soul is not waiting for the next handout, for the next blessing. I know that I am the source of that blessing. And I can be whatever I want to be, whatever I can imagine myself to be. I don't know if this makes sense, but energetically, I am not speaking in terms of whatever the Lord has determined for me today. I live as a second party recipient. I am first person, first party generator, not the recipient. I'm not receiving the blessing. I am generating the blessing, and then it's returning to me. So, being in singularity with Source, mentally and psychologically and emotionally and spiritually, that creates a union. There's a big difference in being the recipient or being the generator. There's a big difference. When you know you're the generator, you are tapping into, you are the source, you have the source. And you never run out. Whatever it is you need, you just generate it by intention, conscious intention. And so you never have to wait. You never have to be at the mercy of the Lord giving you anything. When you become the Lord, you become the generator. I don't know, does this make sense? When I perceived this consciousness, when I reached this level of consciousness, I perceived my spark of life returned, because now I cannot be controlled. I control what I generate for my life. And anyways, that is all about the law of attraction, conscious creation. You can look that topic up online. There's plenty of material that talks about that. The law of one from Ra, and which I have yet to read. But yeah, you don't want to be in duality. You don't want to be in a consciousness that is separate from God and how you depend on every blessing. That is exhausting to the soul. The soul is cut off from Source. The soul is dependent on what another might hand out, and that's why we're constantly in fear of bad things happening to us. And being in the fear of bad things happening to us creates more bad things happening to us, because we are the generators of the reality through our feelings. Singularity is such a game changer. You're going to find abundant life when you know that you are God. You are the source and the recipient, all wrapped up into one.